very special day. It's a birthday of the woman whom I consider my role model, a mentor. I met her many years ago in Japan when I was a student, and even though she was assigned as a host mother for my friend, we became very close and eventually formed a beautiful relationships. I started calling her my Japanese mom. Her name is Ichiko Kawaguchi, but I call her Okaasan, which means mother in Japanese. Okaasan is one of those rare individuals who shines so brightly, it's impossible not to notice. So when I first saw her, I was immediately mesmerized. She was very well groomed, in bright clothes, even brighter smile. So her presence elevated everyone who was in the same room with her. And today, on her birthday, I want to talk about this remarkable woman and some of the things that she made me a little bit more conscious about, such as beauty, care, and generosity. The first thing that I noticed about Okaasan was her love and passion for life. Many of us go through life half asleep, sometimes on autopilot, dragging our tired feet from day to day. Not my Okaasan. She shows up for life fully. And one of the ways she expresses that passion is by creating beauty around her. From her garden to her clothes, everything is well taken care of and in a good shape. The meals she cooks are a work of art, not because she is particularly talented, but because she works to perfect them until they're just right. In her house, everything is decorated and made a little bit nicer through her handiwork, even a beautiful lace over a toilet roll holder. It's as if a fairy lived in her house, turning pumpkins into carriages and mice into beautiful horses. And I realized that she is making this world a more beautiful place by sprinkling beauty everywhere, no matter how small and inconsequential it may seem. So it actually made me notice more beauty around myself, but more importantly, a possibility for beauty. So now, every now and then, I ask myself, how can I make whatever it is in front of me a little bit more beautiful? Now, the external beauty that she created surpassed by her inner beauty. And one of the ways that manifests itself is through her care for others. Most of us care about our family and friends, but her care extended to the entire mankind, literally. And not just in thoughts and prayers, but in real action. Now, she's been in many different organizations fighting for social causes, including for the world that is free from nuclear weapons. For her activism, she was recognized by the mayor of the town that she lives in. Because of her activities, her husband was re-elected term after term into the local parliament. Her friends could always rely on her for her advice, counsel, and even financial help. Now, as a citizen, she's someone who would wipe out sink after using public restroom so that it would be nice and clean for the next person to use. Japanese are known for their high standards of consideration to others, but she has surpassed even those standards. And she made me think how my actions impact other people. Is the space that I just left better than before I found it? Is the person I've interacted with is going to be a little bit better off than before we met? And is the world that we have is a little bit better because I lived in it? Now, Okaasan is also extremely generous, and she's not just generous with her physical resources, but also with time and energy. She's someone who would pay for her friends' dinners, not because she's the wealthiest one, but because she's the most giving. Once she visited me in Tokyo when I was a student. She came to my dorm. A few days after she left to her hometown, I received a huge parcel that contained everything that I needed but didn't have. A rice cooker, a warm blanket. She simply came, observed, and then sent whatever I needed at that time. Every time I went to Tokyo, She would fly from her hometown, which was on another island, to visit me, even if it was for a few hours. She was giving and giving, asking nothing for in return. So she inspired me to ask myself, how can I be more generous and giving to others? Not just blindly throwing my resources at them, but giving with care, love, and expecting nothing in return. The greatest lesson Okaasan taught me was through her adversity. For some reason, I thought she was born with a silver spoon in her mouth, was blessed to begin with, but turns out she endured terrible hardship. She lost her first husband to a suicide and had to raise their only child as a single mother. But she came out of the strategy much stronger and became who she is today. She brightened my life, and for that, I'm forever grateful to her. And while I can never repay for all the kindness that she did for me, today I send her a beautiful bouquet of flowers to say, Happy birthday, Okaasan, and thank you for everything. Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster.